Going on, guys? In this video I will show you my 7x7 Pagani setup on a downtrend, right? So I have a 7x7 as an uptrend and I have a 7x7 on a downtrend. As many of you know, I trade YM, which is the US30 futures, right? So for those that trade Forex, you can trade US30. For those that trade futures, you can trade YM or the micros. Now, without further ado, let's start this. So what I do is I like to go on the 1 hour, and then from right to left, I like to also put the line chart so I can see the trend, right? So the first ever step is to get the trend. So as we can see, we have a downtrend. You can use a trend line for this, or I like to do a trend box, right? So I do this like this, right? And then I just call this downtrend. This is the first thing I do every time I start charting before the market opens. All right, so first step is the trend box. I'll put here one trend box in 1 hour, right? So in this case, it's like this. After this, I like to write the key levels on the 30-minute or the 15-minute. So I'm now gonna zoom in, right, to get the nearest key levels and stuff. And then the next step will be key levels on 30-minute or 15-minute. Okay, so in this case we can see right here we can see a lower high, right, being formed. So I'm gonna place a line right here. I like to put them red. So I also like to put a arrow like this. So we also see this wick right here. So what I do is I make this a supply zone like this, right? That is all that I'm gonna do. The next thing I'm gonna do is find the last key levels, right? So the last key level is a level that was, for example, in this case, is a downtrend. A last key level will be a support that was broken. So right here, right? In here, the stock was coming down. It found support. Then what happened? It went up, right? Creating a key level, creating a lower low right here, and then it got broken afterwards, right? So this becomes what will be a last key level. Okay, I put this blue like this, and it's also an area of interest for me to take shorts, right? And then ultimately I continue to do more key levels right here, right? Which is, this is like another lower high, but it's from previous times, because this is the freshest lower high. Then we have a last key level. Then we have what will be the another supply zone right here. This is not blue. This should be red. So this is right here. And so for the key levels, right, I like to grab the 30-minute body, right? That's where I put the line. And then the rectangle is the wick. So in this case, it will be this one. All right. So body right here. And then I put the wick. On this case, for the last key level, I just put the body. I don't do the wicks because it's, I mean, how can you do the wick on this type of scenarios? And then on this one, you do the body as well with the line, and then you do the wick. So now that I have the key levels down, now it's a matter of executing, right? So I'm gonna put everything together right here. The first is the trend box, right? The second is the key level, and the third thing will be the price action slash third thing will be, yeah, the candles, right? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right here. So I'll put candles. The candles I use is the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, right? So you're often gonna see that I use pin bars or engulfings for entry. So I took this trade today. I made $1,000, and I'm gonna just show you how I did it. So first, let me stretch it. I'm now on the 1 minute, okay? So without further ado, right, so now this is what we got, right? The key level right here, I have the arrow that symbolizes that I'm looking for sales in this specific scenario here. So once I see some action here, whether I get a pin bar or an engulfing, I will get in. So let me do something real quick. So it could make more sense. Right. So right here, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for a 1 minute, a 2 minute, or a 3 minute pin bar or engulfing. So let me fast forward. Now, yeah, I don't care about any action that happens before the key level. I'm only gonna play at this key level. That's one of my rules. That's my setup. So yeah, now in here, we start seeing that the price has arrived to my level. Okay, so we have the trend, which is downtrend. We have the key level, which is that lower high slash resistance slash supply zone. And now I'm waiting for the candle. Right now, it's just a fat green candle, so I'm not gonna do anything. Therefore, I gotta wait for a pin bar. At this point, guess what happens? I see a pin bar. Now, mind you, this is not the greatest pin bar. This is not a shooting star type of pin bar, which is my ideal one, but it's still a pin bar. At this point, I will enter sells, and the play will look something like this, right? And then I like to take profits at, well, this will be the low of the day right here, which is great. That's very conservative. You can try to hold it to the nearest key level down here, which is this area, right? But I'm gonna be conservative and I'm gonna hold it to the low of the day, which is this one, right? So right here, this is low of the day. So that's where I'm gonna hold it to. Now you can hold it all the way to the wick, but I prefer to hold it all the way to the body right here. This is on the 1 minute, okay? So now let's see how this played out. It never hit my SL, it's going on my favor. It retraced. Now in here we see some more action. Then we see this engulfing, right? This could be another entry right here, but it will be a little bit more risky because it's further away from the key level, right? Now we're just gonna wait for the trade to play out. Again, we see another engulfing right here. That could be another entry. It's risky still though, and we haven't hit take profit. It just hit take profit right here, okay? So it hit our take profit, and then it bounced, but I think this continued if I'm not mistaken. So the right take profit will be, this will be a little bit more, but I'm applying it right here. So this is how I made $1,000 today. Exactly like this, something similar. I think I took profits, not like specifically like this. I think I took a profit like right here, but I still made $1,000. So in summary, right? Again, the first thing I do is the trend box that I do it with the line charts like this. I got the trend box. The second thing I do is I go on the 30-minute and I get the key levels. And then the third thing I do is getting the candlesticks, price actions, combining the trend, combining the key level, and then combining the candlesticks for entry. And then for exits, I usually target the nearest key level. In this case was the low of the day right here. Or you can target other key levels. I believe this went all the way down. So let's see. Yep. So it would have hit the nearest key level down here as well. And you could have made more money. But like I always say, if you try to be greedy, right? If you want to be greedy, let's say you want to take profits here. The moment that it hits low of the day, control your stop loss, right? So I would have probably moved my stop loss to here where there's this new lower high form, or you can move it to break even just to be safe if you want to be greedy and get that remaining of the move. But that's up to you. Your targets and your management is strictly up to you. I tend to vary it depending on the market conditions, but for the most part, this is everything you need to play my setup. So why do I call it 7x7? Very simple. It's 3 points for the trend. So 3 points for the trend, 2 points for the key level, and then 2 points for the candle. So in this case, my trade was a 7x7. Very simple. So I call it 7x7 pullback shorts. Number one, the trend. What is it? 3 points. Why? Because it's a downtrend. So I'm looking for shorts. Great. Now two. Sorry, let's do 3 points, right? And then let's do 2 points. So key level. It was a lower high resistance or supply. and then 2 points candle. It's a 1 minute pin bar, right? So if you do the sum, it's a 7 by 7, and that it's literally my setup. This is how I trade nowadays. I use this for US30 or YM. So yeah, that is how I do the pullback 7 by 7 shorts on a downtrend.